I come from a place where stranger danger was a major thing. I remember coming into school and the teachers and that saying, yo, there's no lesson today. There's no lesson this morning. We're going to teach you about stranger danger. And they'd roll out a TV, those big back TVs, they'd roll it out and put a video in. And then they'd start discussing if a stranger comes along and gives you a sweet and tells you to get in the car, scream as loud as you can and run away. These are the things we were taught as children. Now, somewhere along the 2015 mark, when Me Too came in, it became a point where all of that went out the window and we were just talking about predators. Now, I understand a predator is a predator, but in my world, yeah, prevention's better than cure. And we're going to break all of this down on the stream. But if I go to the jungle and I walk into a lion enclosure and that lion tears me to shreds, yeah, who's at fault, me or the lion? This is what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to get at certain things and we're going to balance this thing out. But who's at fault, me or the lion? What are we teaching our children? Are we teaching our children that the lion's at fault? Or we're going to teach our children not to go into the lion enclosure? What world are we creating? Now, just before I bring you in, Noble, this Cassie thing came out maybe 2 years ago. And when I read the details of the case, I was disgusted. First and foremost, these are some real filthy, ungodly people that were into all sorts. Intercourse is something of nature that is there to serve a purpose of two people who love each other. When those people love each other, they come together and they have intercourse and you're supposed to replenish the earth. Now, what's happened now is we've got to a place where that's not happening. It's about pleasure. That's all it's about. It's solely about pleasure in the flesh. Now, what happens is this, folks. Think about your favorite dish in the whole wide world. Think about your absolute favorite dish. Well, I'm going to give you an example. If a man's favorite dish is fried chicken and he eats fried chicken non-stop, however he wants it, deep fried, light pan fried, wings, thighs, legs, he just loves fried chicken. But at some point of abusing and constantly eating fried chicken, that love of fried chicken is going to disappear because he's abused it. So what's going to happen? He's not going to like fried chicken anymore. And he's going to look for different ways of scratching that itch. Now, the analogy I'm giving you, yeah, is guys who have a lot of money or a lot of power. This is something that's not discussed enough. A lot of these guys who have a lot of money and a lot of power, they're in a great position in this modern era, because in this modern era, most humans' only desire is money. Now, I've kept it consistent. If anyone can find any content where I haven't said this, send it to me. I'll send you £50. You ain't going to be able to find it. The modern human only cares about money. So a man who's in a position of money and power is able to now abuse people more than ever, because people are willing to do whatever for that bag. Now, the Cassie story came out, and I'm reading through the files, and I'm saying, yo, this Diddy brother is an absolute monster, and I stand by that. Absolute filthy monster. We're gonna get into it down the line, but some of the filth, some of the downright filth that was in that case was absolutely disgusting. But when I was hearing about the financial rewards that were coming with each occasion, when I hear about Ryan Leslie, who actually brought the young lady to Diddy, when I hear about, a lot of the text message exchanges, when I hear about the cock behavior, a lot of questions come into my head. And I say to myself, domestic violence, lock him up. Lock him up. Domestic violence, yeah? Like I said from day one, domestic violence and coercive control. Lock the brother up. Lock the brother up. But all this other stuff that all these people were coming with about trafficking and all this other stuff that nobody could actually say what was going on. No one could speak on it. All people kept going back to is that video. Well, people, that is domestic violence. So what are we really condoning here? What are we really saying here? Because if a young boy, yeah, gets groomed into a gang, I've seen this many a time growing up. Many a time, a young boy gets groomed into a gang. Good people, good, honest people get groomed into a gang. Now he's doing gang activity, drugs, he's got a firearm, he's attacking members of the public, and the police catch up to him 5 years into this activity. When that young boy goes to court, they're going to give him the full force of the law. They don't care about the grooming. They don't care about none of that. They're just going to say, oh, all of that. You did that. You did that. You did that. So guess what? We're going to punish you. But what Me Too did is basically said, you can do whatever you want to do. And at the end, just say, I didn't want to do it. There's not going to be any victim blaming on this stream. No, but come true. We got a lot going on today. What are you saying?
Holy. Going back to that excellent analogy with the food. You couldn't have said it any better, man. You couldn't have said it any better. Reference zoos and stuff. We've got real life examples of people climbing over fences, going into the enclosures, and sticking their hands through the damn bars and shit. And wild cats, leopards, lions, and tigers are ripping people's fingers off, and the people are videotaping this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you go to a zoo to experience animals in the wildlife, in captivity, basically, because you're not going to be able to go out into their native habitat. But what they've done is they've got a spell on people. They've removed what was once, way back, something called common sense, Mark, which is over 20, 30 plus years has been just removed. And now we just have a thing called a sense, and people don't even have damn sense anymore.
Facts.
Tied in with the fact that money rules everything. We money. With the trinkets, man. It's the trinkets. It's not about the character. It's not about myself. It's not about my lineage and carrying my name. Man, it's about doubt. It's about flipping the nihilism that's going on. It's all about self. It's not about anybody else. It's not about the old lady and helping her across the road. It's not about the Green Cross code. Stop, look, learn, damn listen, see what's going on, look either side before you cross the road. It's now, let's just run out into the damn road, man, because I'm addicted to the crack phone. The crack phone's running everything now. And that's going to lead and dictate my life. Now, let's superimpose all of that onto the case that's now going on. It's everywhere. Everywhere we're hearing about it. The filth, the depravity that the poor girl had to go through. Had to endure. We're gonna go into the more of the detail, but let's look at what has been what I mean. I can't believe we're in the Gregorian year of 2025 and we got that level of detail being put out in the media. Look, I really can't believe it, man. I can't believe for public consumption, we're hearing the most depraved, disgusting acts that happen. That's probably happening right now, consensually, not under them circumstances, but people get up to some freaky things.
Facts.
When the door is shut, you don't know what's going on. Now, the society's been pushed, as Mark says. Not the chicken dinners no more. It's not the flipping the shepherd's pie. They've overdosed on that. They're presenting so many different options, and it's green lit, and it's promoted. So these behaviors historically were taboo, Mark. They were behind closed doors. No one was overtly talking the thing. No one was overtly doing the thing like that. Now there's no taboo. Do what you want. There's no limits. I can put on a blonde wig a bra and bops around, and you gotta call me flipping. Well, there's just laws now and thing, but in theory, the idea is the social contract is now you gotta stand back and you've got to accept everything because everything goes. This is the world that has been manipulated and controlled and created for us to live in. And now we have this huge distraction, repeat, huge distraction, trauma, hopelessness, helplessness, and disgusting, vile behavior is put out on the thing. And I've heard males, but strangely enough, I've heard females, free Diddy, free
Yeah.
Diddy. That's all they're hollering, free Diddy, free Diddy, and all this foolishness. I'm like, have you not heard anything? I mean, like how it was presented to everybody. Yeah, yeah, the trap, making it as massive as it is, and as we highlight and as people with sense can see, he's done some disgusting, terrible things. But how the media is portraying this geezer and what's going to happen in law is going to be two separate bloody things.
What we said from day one, what's going on in the court of public opinion and what goes on in the actual court is two different things. I always said that they had made this case almost like a joke because baby oil and all that, you can't be arrested for that. So you got to think, these people abuse the act of that much that they don't even enjoy it to where for him to get himself entertained, he had to sit in a corner and watch a man deal with his woman.
Come on.
Now, these are the kind of people that are in the public eye. Think about it, folks. My man had to make a man deal with his woman, but then at the same time, I'm going to ask a question. People take emotion out of this thing, take emotion out of it, and just answer the question. If it wasn't P Diddy, could he have got Cassie to do them things? Again, take emotion out of it. If it wasn't P Diddy, because now we see what's going on in court, and you're looking at the texts and everything, what we're seeing is two individuals that were highly strung out on drugs, two individuals that, although in a public setting, they always look well polished, but when you read what they were actually up to behind the scenes, yeah, these guys were literally, there was at a point of taking for 4 days straight, where Diddy didn't even get involved. He didn't even touch the girl. He just watched. Think about that. Think about how disgusting that is. He just watched. He just watched the girl. But now, you got to ask yourself, and this is what I always said, that the case never really had no foundation to it, because when we talk about free Diddy, yeah, he shouldn't be freed. He should definitely go to prison, but he should have been charged for the things he was guilty of. You see what I'm saying? That's why a lot of the tinfoil hat people are starting to look like what they were saying was facts with the liquor thing. Think about what was being alleged, what was going on. Just look at it. Just look at what was going on, to the point where she said, a man, think about this, people, a man, think about that. Just think about the insanity that a man can your mouth. Just think about that. And then remember this, let me bring a scientific element into this thing. People, you know that if you're for intercourse, the way how the body works, you know that you can't be aroused for intercourse at the same time. Think about that, people. So we're talking about a degrading humiliation act. We're talking about a humiliation thing, no, but that's what we're dealing with here, When we're talking about Diddy, we're talking about you wanted to see how far you could go to humiliate a person. That's what
humiliation.
That's what it is.
Dominance and torture.
That's what I mean. But at the same time, yeah, never mind this, I'm gonna break it down. But at the same time, yeah, in the court of law, how they're presenting it now, and I'm gonna get to the comments in a second, how they're presenting it now is they're saying, okay, so he's guilty of all these things. This is what his defense is saying. He's guilty of all these things, domestic violence, this, that, trafficking, what you lot are saying that he's guilty of. But she was just under control for the whole 10 years. That's what. So for the whole 10 years, you were just in this trance, even to the point, no, but there's more revelations coming out that you actually went back while you was with your new husband and slept with him. And then
What?
people, but then anytime you say that, people will say Stockholm syndrome. So it's like,
Whoa.
okay, so you don't, so you're not accountable for anything at all. So everything that went on, you're not accountable for nothing at all. You just was under control the whole way. And then another thing,
No, rewind, sibling.
all right, let's go.
But that's wait a minute.
Yeah.
So she's with Mr. Caucasian man, and then she goes back with the diddler.
Yes, these are new revelations. So she met this guy who was Diddy's trainer,
Yeah.
left with him, but went back and spent a night with my man. And the brother even FaceTimed her. The brother even FaceTimed the girl. And look, you know when we speak about they're trying to make men soft. You see, like that Cassie's man. Yeah, that's what they want men to be. They want men to be what Cassie's man is. But I'm here to tell you, I'd never be like that. And if it means that I don't speak to not a soul, I'll never be the man where I'm standing up with woman who man in her mouth.
Get the fuck
don't
out of
care.
here, man.
I
Please.
personally don't care.
Please, get the
A
fuck
man
out
can
of
say,
here,
oh,
man.
Mark, you're wrong. No. He's not brave or none of that. He's not brave or any of that. He's standing up there and he himself is being humiliated because she's actually saying in court, you know, I love this man. I wanted to marry him. I wanted to have his baby. When you really check it, she left after she found out it was with a girl called Gina. Now, what I'm getting at is, people, this is a teachable moment that we can teach the next generations after us. That, yo, not all money is good money, you know. Because at the start, when I told you, Ryan Leslie, that's a big man. So answer me this, then, people. Answer me this. Ryan Leslie, who is a massive producer back then, you know, he's a big producer. He was with Cassie first. But when he brought her around Diddy was able to take Cassie. Now go back a couple shows ago, Unfiltered or one of them, and what did I say? I said, this narrative that man can take your gal. Man can't take gal from nobody. A man can't take no gal from me. If he took her, she wasn't mine. She wanted to be taken. So all this thing of, yeah, but he controlled her career. He did. But what I'm saying is, he was able to control it because that was your desire. And nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with that. But let's use it as a teachable moment for the next lot to say, yo, not all money is good money. And I'm telling you now, I stand up here myself, Mark Hamilton, if I'm lying, may the Most High take the breath out of my body today. You see Cassie's man? You could have 100 million. I'm not standing up with I can't take that embarrassment. You could have 100 million because they keep saying, oh, he's got money. Yes, but you're in court listening to that. And then what the world's, he's so brave, he saved that. People, understand that this hunger and this desire for fame and wealth is going to be a lot of people's downfall because there are sharks out there, folks. I'm a man. I'm only going to speak from the point of preventing an issue. That's how I'm going to speak. Because when you see how the girl was dealt with, yeah, when you read how my man dealt with this girl, you know, and I'm telling you now, people, listen, how the things going so far is going to bust this case. So, you know, when they're saying life and all that ain't going to happen. That's not going to happen because they trivialized this case in the media. They made this almost a joke in the media. Remember at the start, no, but they said he killed Biggie. Where's all of that? They said he killed Pac. Where's all of that stuff? Where's all that stuff from the start? Then it went into free cuffs. This thing, people, you see this thing, yeah? Listen to what I'm saying here. This thing, yeah, is not something that only goes on amongst the wealthy.
Not at all.
I told you before the story. I ain't gonna get back into it, but there was a lot of people, yeah, who fetishize races and
yes,
I'm telling you, they want to watch that. They want to see it because they think that it's some sort of no, but help me out here. energy transfer or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
Yeah.
is, sibling. Come on.
It's like a vampire thing. They think
Yes.
they think it's like come true.
It's a succubus taking the energy and life force from that's lost soul who's full of melanin. That's exactly what's taking place. And then on a perverse level, the partner is getting off on this here.
Fact.
The fact that the father of civilization is dealing with his his wife. That's the thing. You know what I mean? So it's, as you say, it's a fetishization. It's a transfer of energy as well. And look, let's not get it twisted. Look, we're in an era where people don't even want to flip in put on Jimmy hats. Okay, and never mind 1, 2, 3, or 4. They're not putting on ones that are going in bearing this thing, man. So that's raw energy that's going. And how about another thing? How about the mechanics of the human anatomy? I'm surprised poor Cassie can even conceive.
Yo, she's in there. Remember, she's in that court with a pregnant stomach.
With a big belly, sibling. This is what.
Horrific.
So question into question to question. So I'm surprised, but she's pregnant. She got 3 children, right?
Mm.
3, yeah. So how many other children? She's clearly fertile. She's running. She's getting ran through by multiple sex workers. There's reality and there's this fantasy. Yeah, I'm smashing for 3 hours and all that business. What are you talking about, man? Your cardio game's got to be crazy to be doing them kind of things. Yeah, number one. And then physically, friction. Yeah, so, the tuppence is not built to have them kind of long, drawn out. Sometimes 4 days. All these kind of that must have been torture for the poor girl. Then I definitely empathize with what this poor girl has gone through. But at some point, there has to be a level of accountability in everything that we do. And of course, you can be manipulated by old, rich people. Of course, man, that's an old, mature, experienced mind dealing with a youngster.
We've seen domestic violence on video, so we know that my man was beating the poor girl. That's a fact. What I'm talking about is there were clear, when you listen to the case, this is one of those glasses on, glasses off topics. When you listen to the case, there was many a time where you're like, yo, hold on a second, that's a bit weird how that happened. Why did you do that? Or why, you know what I mean? Like, there was a text message where she was initiating the freak off. So in the thing I was listening to this morning, she must have texted him and said, I want a freak off or whatever. And my man must have said, are you sure you want to do that tonight or whatever? And she's like, yeah, I want to do it. And when the court have asked her, she was like, it's because I loved him or whatever the case. It's because I loved him. So what I'm trying to get at is, do we not put any emphasis on the woman ever? Like, because we know what Diddy is. Like, no one's saying that Diddy's a saint. No one's saying that Diddy is a good person. But how do we stop the future generations falling into coercive control and things like that? I believe by putting it in their head that, yo, just because a man's got money or whatever or power, it don't mean he can mistreat you. Where's the lesson? How do we teach from this moment? Or do we just say the big bad wolf and then just leave it at that? Ain't we able to teach the youth, like, yo, you can't move this way? Or if a man's promising you this, that, and the third, or where's the teachable moment? That's what I want to find out. Because back then when we done that show, it was just all Diddy. People were saying that, remember, this is how it come out, They said he killed his wife. They said he killed Tupac. They said he had bare A-list celebrities on video.
Yeah.
They said there was bare revelations. In the court, all we've heard about is domestic violence, which is terrible. He should be locked up for that. But statute of limitations, and he paid. And B, we've heard about a freaky, nasty individual. But are we not listening to the same hip-hop people? Because I've heard what he's talking about in that. I've heard man rap about Don't make me recite lyrics on here, because I'm saying, do we not hear the lyrics when man are talking certain things? Like these men are telling you what they are on. They're not lying. Do we think they're lying when they're saying the ways they have sex and what they engage in?
Come on.
And not just Diddy, some of your faves. Lauryn Hill, she's got one of the best quotes of all time. It's funny how money changes situations. That's one of the most important quotes you'll ever hear, because when money's involved, like how do we, so we just ignore all of that? So you guys on here who are parents, do we just, if this was your child, do we just ignore everything and say, yo, the wolf is at fault? Or do we try and look at ways that we can prevent things? Because when I was younger, I remember being told, yo, don't go through that underpass there, go around it, or walk where there's street lights, or do this, that. Like all them things have gone out now, and it's just where it's like, do whatever and then just blame the wolf after. Like Diddy, we know what this brother's about. Look what he did to Shine. Look what he did to Shine.
The love of money is the root of all evil. The unhealthy or excessive attachment to money can lead to a wide range of problems and undesirable outcomes.
Facts.
It is not that money itself is evil, but rather it's misplaced love and desire that can lead to various forms of evil. So as we always say, money is a unit of exchange. People place a value on it. In the modern times, as we're discussing, people have put everything on it, more than just the unit of exchange, a means of exchange, a means of having experiences and things. It's above everything. It is the God. It is the golden calf which Israel created as Moses was walking down after talking to the Most High with the Ten Commandments.
That's it, man. And when you even, like I've said, I always give references, and I always use a reference. Indecent Proposal.
Come on.
That's a movie where there's a couple and a man offers the other man $1 million to spend the night with his wife. They do it.
Demi Moore and Robert Redford, and what was your one?
Woody Harris.
Yes.
So in the film, there's a couple, and the guy says, yo, I'm going to pay you $1 million to sleep with your wife. And the guy does it. He says, yeah, cool. And they do it. And he pays him the $1 million. And he can't move forward after he makes that decision. He can't move to the point where he even offers to give the man the money back. People, there's certain things in life, that ain't meant to be sold.
Come on.
Like, even when people are like, oh, Cassie won 20 M's, people, she's won nothing. Because what you went through, you couldn't pay me 100 mil today to go through that. To make no man, because that's like a when someone's treated like the lowest form of a human, that's not nothing that money can erase. You're now a mother. There's going to be a day when them children have to hear that. So we only get one shot at life. No matter what age we are, we get one shot at this thing. We don't get two. We get one shot. And there are certain things that we can come back from, and there's other things that we may struggle to come back from or get over. But what I'm saying is the media are going to parade that husband as like a savior. But the facts are, you've listened to them say in court that she got with this guy, left this guy, and slept with Diddy, and actually answered the FaceTime. That ain't no solid, strong man or nothing like that. If that's me, and I don't take back no talk, if that was me, I'm out. I'm out. I don't care if you was controlled or I don't care. From you was with me and you went out and you did that and you answered the phone even on FaceTime. I don't care. If people don't like it, what I'm saying, I don't care. I personally don't see how he's a hero. I think they're trying to push him because that's what they want men to be. They want men to just be able to just, accept anything. And then, oh, well, he's got money. Oh, well, he's made money. You're looking in the comments. Oh, well, he's came up. Yo, there's nothing that money could do. All I'll be looking at my gal and thinking, yo, walk on, man. Man pissed in your mouth. What? And the thing is, people are like, oh my God, he forced it. But, okay, how do you speak about that young Miami who actually said, I like that. So what do we say? No, but let me ask you, what do we say to young Miami who said, I like that, I want a man to do that? So if she comes out 3 years and said, he done that, what do we say to the fact she come out and she was telling other young girls, I like that?
Exactly.
This is what I'm saying to you.